8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, what's up, fam? Welcome back to 49 Faithfully. I'm your host, Miriah Lee, and today I'm joined by a very special guest, my homie, my friend, my brother, John B. What's up, my guy? How you doing?
What's going on, fam? Sorry, I was muted. How are
That's
you?
all right. Good, good. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. As Melissa said, what's up, Melissa? That you are missed. It's been a while since you've done a show, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to get your ass on here.
Yes. Thank you for having me because it has been a long time since I did a show with the fellas. Tony is still on newborn baby daddy duty, and Nick is actually on your side of the states. He's in Vegas right now with his sister and her husband, and they're rocking out over there, having a good time, celebrating I don't know what, but yeah, we're way overdue for a show, and our schedules are just crazy right now. The kids are having like they're a year older now. Now they're in soccer every day, volleyball. It's just it doesn't end, and then I have to find time to work in between. So just a lot going on, fam. There's a lot going on, but the Locker Room Rant will be back. We are probably going to make our debut just after the week 3 slate. So we should be back in action. And if not, my man Bashar over here, he's my substitute. I've got you and a long list of others that can join me. So we'll be back.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like, life does happen, and life comes first when this isn't paying your bills, so yeah, I
Dude,
completely
isn't that
understand. You're always welcome here anytime, even when TL is here. You're welcome, and anytime that I'm able to join you, I would love to.
Absolutely. Thank you.
What's up, Melissa? As I said, also I see Don in the building. What up, Don? The man, 49er minded. Bashar, what's good? The Locker Room Rant ran away. It was one man's fault. He shall not be named.
we are like, it doesn't work without all three of us.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. We're just like, we're fish out of water without all three guys. And then I just feel bad because it's just the dynamic falls off. But man, I miss it.
There was a couple shows that I went to tune into and you weren't there. And like the chat was just empty, like I felt so bad for the guys. So it was like, oh, John V missed and the whole audience is gone.
Yeah.
It was like crickets in there,
It's hard, man. I remember that. I do. I remember that. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do to these guys? What have I done?
All right. So the 49ers 2-0 feels great. A big talk, going into the season in, through the off season was about this team needing to start fast. And sorry, everybody, I can see my internet is choppy as shit. Hopefully I'm coming through clear enough for you guys to understand. But yeah, it was, that this team needed to start fast because especially last year, the team started slow and then it ended up costing us, I think, in the playoffs because we didn't have home field advantage. Even there was that play, remember that catch that really wasn't a catch? And Kyle's like, well, they didn't show me, they didn't show a replay of it where I could see, fast enough. That's why I didn't throw the flag. It's like those things are saved when you're at home. Like you're getting the replays, you're seeing all that stuff. And we know, obviously, the benefits of having home field advantage. And then obviously, if you're playing well enough, the benefits of having the bye, that's so important. So we needed the 49ers to start off fast, and start off fast they have. Obviously, we know, this week was the Rams. People were kind of mixed, how are we supposed to feel about the Rams We thought that they were going to be shitty going into the season, and they kind of showed up and have surprised a couple people through the first 2 weeks. Even against us, we got the win, but it was a hard fought battle, and of course, obviously we know it's a division game, and those are always hard fought. But the Rams, they got a nice couple, few playmakers on their team that are, young guys that are just gonna, like, man, that wide receiver, it's like we had one wide receiver to guard on the whole team and they couldn't get him. Like, I was like, dang, by the end of the game he's gonna have like 35 fucking catches, like it just seemed like he could not be stopped. Like, it was crazy. I'm like, put every freaking guy you have on him, like, stop this guy, like one damn guy to stop, right? Like, that kid, man, he's gonna be nice. But before we get into the game, speaking of that, do you think now that the Rams have this kid that's, Puka, that is, showing what he can do, and yeah, it's just a small sample size, right? 2 games, but he's already set records, like the most catches as a rookie, all this. He seems like he's kind of taken on that Cooper Kupp role, right? So it's like, well, now that Cooper Kupp is all banged up and stuff, and he's making a shit ton of money, does this make Cooper Kupp expandable to them?
I think so. I mean, you just racked up 140, 147 yards against the Niners defense. I mean, it's week 2, so you can put that idea on the back burner and see how he does in for the remainder of the season. But I'm going to tell you right now, Nakua looks damn good. I mean, he was dragging defenders. Like, dude was falling forward for extra yards. Like, we had our hands full with one receiver, and it made me a little nervous. But I had to keep this in the back of my head, and I encourage Niner fans to do this as well. It's a new DC, and we're just adapting, and we're just, I think he's trying to get into rhythm, and he's trying to get his feet wet. And he's doing it all from the booth, and that's something that we're not used to. So I think that Wilkes is going to be pretty. I think he's going to be pretty great. I'm really confident in him. He showed me some stuff, but for the most part, that secondary had their hands full with Nakua, and Wilkes didn't really have an answer for it till the second half, and we made those adjustments. So 147 yards for a rookie receiver who, of course you would set records against the Niners, right? I mean, it's only fitting that people make a name for themselves against us. It's crazy.
And like, why does he have to be drafted to the Rams out of all teams? Like, I want to see the kid do great, but it's like, then he's on the Rams, so it's not even a team that, like, I can root for the players on,
Yeah, absolutely. I think we underestimated them.
Yeah. Before I get your feelings on the Rams game and we dive deeper into that, let's start a giveaway. We have the stars of the game that we're shedding light on. So let's start with the Debo. Seems like Debo's always the star of the game when we play against the Rams. And this week again. So let's start with the Debo giveaway. Those that are here, nice. Get your number in the chat. 1 through 100. You know the deal. Good luck. And then we're ending, I have a couple other giveaways, but we're going to end the show with this giveaway. Drake Jackson. It's numbered.
That's sweet. That's a sweet one. I like it.
So that's what we'll end the show with.
Sin came in at 11:08. All right, so that's where we are. I want to make sure I keep track of these numbers.
Let's say what's up to a couple people. We got Sin in the building. What's up, Sin? Said she stayed up for us, so I appreciate it. We got Alberto.
Ooh,
what's up, Alberto? Bashar said Puka di Beppo.
Yeah.
You know that restaurant? Do you guys have that Buca di Beppo? It's like an Italian restaurant. Oh, that's like a chain over here. I thought I had seen. Oh yeah, Bryant. We got BC in the house. What's up, Bryant?
What's up, Bryant?
I saw. Here he is. Throwback. What's up, my guy? Hope you're doing well. And I think that's it. Those that aren't in the chat that are watching, we appreciate you guys as well. What's up to you guys? All right, so the Rams game, 30-23. It should have been, 30-20, but at the last minute, the Rams kick a field goal, which was freaking ridiculous. Like, why did Sean McVay even do that? Like, so freaking petty to run your team out there in the last 2 seconds of a game to kick a field goal when you're already losing either way, And he ended up costing Vegas, or not just Vegas, I shouldn't say Vegas. He ended up costing the people that bet, because I think it was like a 7.5 point line. So had they not kicked the field goal, people would have won money, lost money, whichever way they had bet. But he ended up swaying that big time because of that last minute field goal in the last 2 seconds of the game. But what are your overall thoughts in the game? How'd you feel? How were you feeling during the game? Are you still, it's been a while since I talked to you. So are you still like getting that sick feeling when you watch the 49ers play? Like, you don't know if our quarterback's going to be throwing interceptions all the time. Or how do you feel watching the 49ers play now?
It's really funny that you say that, because in the opener in Pittsburgh, I went and I was very, very confident. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not closing my eyes, and I actually trust Purdy. I truly trust the kid. With a few errant throws, I am still very confident. It's not even Purdy's arm strength that concerns me. To be honest with you, I'm not even worried about Purdy. He does not make my stomach hurt. I keep my eyes open on every drive. I'm happy. I'm very happy. And I mean, you and I beat on the table. We were on the Lance train forever, and we did our part. We cheered for Trey. But now, like, with the distraction out of the building, I feel like that has also like been a boost for my confidence, and it should be a confidence booster for the entire fan base, right? There are no more distractions. Okay, we can get down to the brass tacks and really watch this kid execute this playbook, and he's doing it at an extraordinary rate, and I love it. I really do. So I'm very confident. I can honestly say that, and I was looking forward to this thing. I wanted to say that on this channel, and I wanted to say it even on my channel. I feel very confident, and I have no reserved fears. I think my only concern is health, and I think that's obviously a 49ers worst nightmare, but really I have no concerns right now. Like, I'm very good with it. I loved watching him in Pittsburgh. I saw him up close and personal, and I really enjoyed it. Like, his awareness, Miriah, it's impressive. He really doesn't give me butterflies. Like, I'm confident that kid sees everything, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Like, if you look at his strengths and his weaknesses, his strengths of just that pocket awareness, that knowing when to just, I watched him shake defenders and not even know they were there. Like, he felt their presence without even having to look, right? And it's extraordinary. So I really, honestly, I'm happy with him. I'm very happy with him. And I think the sky's the limit from here. This kid is going to make some mistakes, and we saw those errant throws, right? Am I holding my breath? Am I worried? He threw for 200 yards, and he rushed for a touchdown at the half. I mean, he got rid of the ball, Miriah, with a second left. Now, I don't know if that was just luck or if he knew to get rid of the ball with just a second left. But
He said that he knew.
I mean, good. I love it because we've been there in the past where, you know, we don't even see the linebackers, let alone the play clock. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we're in good hands. And now I'm starting to see what Shanahan saw and what John Lynch and Shanahan were trying to tell this fan base, even though there was a great deal of distraction, we now get to see it. And I think it is the very small nuances to the game that Purdy is a game manager. He feels the pocket. He knows where everybody is. His progressions are smooth. I'm very confident. I love it. I really am.
Yeah, I feel the same way. And, like I was one that I've talked about this a lot the last couple years with, Jimmy, that like I couldn't even enjoy watching a 49ers game anymore because I was constantly like sick to my stomach because I thought every time he had to drop back to make a pass, it was going to be intercepted, and it's like, even though we won games, it was like the outcome I enjoyed, but the way that we got there, I didn't enjoy. Like the process, wasn't fun. And now it's like watching Purdy and the 49ers just roll when he's back there at quarterback, to be able to put up another game with 30 points, like this was something we would never see. Like we struggled to put up points, the last few years, even though we were winning games. It was like, we would get to the red zone, is like, okay, kick a field goal, kick a field goal, kick a field goal, and it's like 49ers are actually fun to watch again, and I think something, and I talked about this on my show with Bashar and Ryan yesterday, is that not only, the fans obviously can see it, and we can see that he's not, we can see that he's taking care of the football, that he's knows where to go with the football. When he is under pressure, he can run enough to get away, like he can turn on the wheels and make shit happen when with his legs as well. He's even getting to like the third read in his progressions, guys that even aren't in the progression, like going through all his, reads, and okay, nobody's open, he makes shit happen. It's like, normally we're used to a quarterback that gets to his first read and then we're screwed if he has to get past that, like, okay, happy feet are coming, and it's just like such a relief. So it's like, if us as fans, we're seeing that, I something, and I think it showed a lot with Shanahan going for it on the fourth down. Instead of kicking a field goal, he went for it to get a touchdown, and we would never see that. And it's like, you can see that Shanahan trusts Purdy, and we haven't seen Shanahan trust a quarterback before. Right? Like he obviously had no trust in Trey Lance. That's why he ran him so much. That's why he put the playbook together, as much as we didn't want to say that was, and we didn't want to see it. And we wanted him to have the same playbook as the other quarterbacks. It's like, well, there was a reason that he wasn't, right. So, it was obviously Shanahan didn't trust him. It was obvious that Shanahan didn't trust Jimmy. Like he wouldn't even try going for it, before the half with Jimmy. It was like, if there was 45 seconds left on the clock, you're like, okay, with Purdy, you can try to get down there and at least kick a field goal before the half or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
With Jimmy, it's like we were taking a knee and getting in the hell in the freaking locker room, like taking the ball out of his hands, and we're not giving him an opportunity to turn the ball over or do something stupid, like, and it's like, this offense is going to be so fucking dangerous with a quarterback that Kyle Shanahan actually trusts, a quarterback that Kyle Shanahan actually likes. Like, I just feel like this is going to open up Kyle's going to be in his bag now that he has a quarterback that he knows, I can give him this play. I know that he's going to go exactly where the ball needs to go. Like, I have no doubt in him to get out there and perform and do exactly what I need him to do. Every quarterback's going to miss passes, but you know what he did by making those three, even though he missed those three deep shots against the Rams, he put those on tape. So now defenses know, okay, we can't just guard the 49ers like we're used to, because they have a quarterback that, yeah, he missed these shots, but they're actually going to take these shots. So we got to play him honest now. And Purdy's just going to get, like Purdy even said, and Purdy got in the locker room after that and took accountability for those throws and said that he had to be better, that as an NFL quarterback, he has to make those throws, and that he'll be in practice repping them until he gets them down.
How much more do you want? This is all we would ask for from Jimmy, was take accountability, but how can you expect to take accountability for something when that your coach doesn't really believe in you? Like, Jim had to know that Kyle didn't believe in him, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this is the first time that this team it's not the first time that they're good, but they're great because this team has bought into Brock Purdy. Like, they fully, this offense runs most efficiently because this kid is executing everything. We used to sit here and watch the scripted plays, Miriah, we just run through our scripted plays. And half the time we'd drive down the field and we'd go 80, 90 yards and then have to kick a field goal because Kyle just didn't trust Jimmy in the red zone. And frankly, with the addition of Christian McCaffrey, we're saving these scripted plays and we're utilizing them. We're sprinkling them in throughout the entire game plan, instead of feeling the pressure like, oh my God, we got to score. And Kyle would just have to run through scripted plays to get us up the field and try to put 7 on the board. Now with McCaffrey, with these skill positions, we're making things happen without having to run through the scripted plays. I just feel like the scripted plays now, that's why we're so successful. We're putting 30 points up. We are able to basically freestyle with McCaffrey. We're running this dude, and we didn't even touch the rest of the running back room, which we'll cover later. But for the most part, like, this team is more efficient than it's ever been because everybody's bought in. It's awesome. It really is. And the fan base, this is what we deserved. Ultimately, we deserve this, and for everybody that's going to criticize me for, hating on Jim and sticking up for Trey. I listen, the only thing I ever wanted out of this team was to give Trey a fair opportunity. He didn't execute to Kyle's standard, and they moved him. And I'm okay with that now. And I've put that to rest. So yes, I always supported Brock. I always wanted Brock to succeed because you couldn't take anything away from the kid. Nothing that he did last year could anybody make an argument for. Just couldn't. We have now beat the Rams 9 or 10 times in the regular season. The only thing that drives me always, and the only thing that what pisses me off about the Rams is it's not even the Lombardi that they have. It's that they always say, well, you didn't beat us in the one game that mattered. Okay, that's true. And I'm not going to, but listening to people use that, well, you didn't beat us then. Like, no, we didn't, but we beat you 10 times straight. So, that tells me that, if Brock Purdy was under center in that NFC Championship game, we are beating the brakes off of you. So, I'm very comfortable where I'm at as a 49er fan. I think that the future is very bright, and we deserve this. As fans, we have been asking for a formidable quarterback for a very long time. And I think our perception was, I think we were always looking around the rest of the league, Miriah, and we're like, oh, Justin Herbert can throw like 100 yards downfield with like the velocity of a rocket. And in Purdy, we're getting an entirely different quarterback, something that we didn't like. His awareness is incredible.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that his awareness is why he is so successful. He just, he is completely tuned into this offense. The defense, he feels the rush. He's not distracted. His eyes are locked downfield. And I think that's something that we were really proud of last season. I think we were like, this kid's so poised. Like, he's so comfortable. How is this kid the last pick of the draft? And he's so comfortable. And I mean, UCL, post UCL, Brock Purdy is the same guy post injury. And it's week 2, and now it's a short week, and our home opener versus the Giants. And I'm as confident as ever. It feels good to be a Niner fan. It really does. It feels good without any reservations. Now we can just sit back and watch this roster do what it has to do.
Yep. Let's see what's up to a couple people. We got Chrissy here. What's up, Chrissy? Got Rick Diaz in the house. What up, Rick? We got Snapman. What's up, Snap-a-Facts? Good to see you. Appreciate you stopping in. Those that haven't yet, get your numbers in for the first giveaway. I'm going to draw. I found out I see my camera's better. I found out what was wrong with it. Because StreamYard added these new settings like in the camera section, and I didn't know, but it automatically selected them all on. And so I guess it was supposed to be trying to change something in the background, but instead it was just making my camera all crazy. Because I was looking, remember, before the show, and I'm like, well, my internet, everything looks like it's good. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why. So let me draw this real fast. You guys know my internet will get choppy, though. Well, we're fishing. Last call to get your numbers in for Debo Playmakers. We're going fishing. Gone fishing.
Good night,
all right.
Rick.
Good luck, everybody. Oh, and I saw somebody guess 69 right on it, too. I think Alberto, maybe. 69. What's up, Steve-O? Where was that 69 at?
I see 76. I'm looking for
Here it is.
Oh, you found it.
I got it right here. Alberto with the guess correctly on the money. Today, this is what you're getting. We got the Debo Samuel drip sticker from my guy, Inspector Davitt, for guessing it exactly right. Congrats, Alberto. Got the Debo card and the Debo sticker. How about that?
Congrats, bro.
All right, so those that are here, don't go too far because you might as well get into the next giveaway. I'm going to draw this next one faster as well. So let's go with, how about some Iron Man Fred Warner, who led the team in tackles this week.
And had the only sack, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Fred was
man.
Yeah,
I love him.
He is so great. You got to meet him in person too, no?
Yep.
That's a great card.
Let's go with this. All pro Fred, the best linebacker in the NFL. Get your numbers in 1 through 100. Good luck. So let's give out, we're giving out Fred Warner card. We gave out a Debo card because, those were some stars of week 2. Let's show some love to the stars of week 2. Who are your stars? Who would you like to give your stars to for week 2?
Oh, well, I mean, it goes without saying. Fred obviously gets my first star. Second, I would say it's got to go CMC. And my third would be Jake Moody. I'm giving Jake Moody some love because I think Jake's come a long way. There's a couple of others that deserve theirs, but Jake's been consistent through week 1 and week 2. Jake Moody has really given me the confidence. That's another guy that I built confidence for, right? Like Jake Moody had me very nervous going into the regular season week 1, but I think that the kid found his center. I think he found his confidence, and I think we're in for a very good I think we're in for a great kicker because he gives us range that otherwise we did not have. And he kicked the second longest field goal in Niners history. So
in his second game.
In his second game. Okay, so that's pretty great. It's pretty great. So I'm going with Jake Moody for my third star.
Yeah, I mean, through 2 games, he's hit 6 field goals and 6 point after attempts and been money on all. So, to have such a rocky, shaky, whatever freaking word you want to use to describe it, preseason, and then him get hurt and we're like, oh shit, we don't even know if he's going to be available for week 1. They signed some kicker off the street and it's like, okay, well, if he is available, he hasn't practiced since missing these kicks, right? So it's like, okay, well, how's he going to do? And since the games have mattered, he's been on the money. And man, like, I think that's all he can ask for. And I think with him having these 2, especially, I said the same after last week. He was my star last week. And not only did he build the confidence in the coaches, his teammates, the fan base, but he built the confidence back in himself. And now after another showing, being back on the money, the whole game again, I'm sure that confidence is just growing. So I'm, of course, they all miss. He's going to miss, I'm sure. But he's been on the money so far. So, man, he's been good. I'm going to give my first star to Isaiah Oliver. This is a guy that I think a lot of the fan base was kind of like, questioning, like, what the fuck? Like, you guys tried to sell us that he was the best, nickel that was out there available and he was going to come in and, take this spot and yada, yada. And it's like, well, he couldn't even beat out the younger guys, in camp and, what was going on. And it's like, well, we saw, last week, Ambry got the start. He struggled. And Isaiah finished, he didn't do too great. And then this week, Ambry, started, he got hurt. They switched, things around. Isaiah came in and he had arguably, if not the most significant 3 plays, at least the top 5, 3 of the top 5, most significant plays in this game. And man, I think, he's another one that I think he just built the confidence in himself, in the coaches. And like I told you before we went live, like I'd be really surprised if he didn't earn that starting spot this week against the Giants. He had he had the interception. He had that tackle on 3rd down. Remember, like he tackled the guy and shoved, like freaking cracked his ass all the way back there. And then I can't remember what the 3rd play was, but I remember there was 3.
They were back to back. Which one was They were back-to-back plays, which essentially pushed. That's where his trajectory jolted forward, especially on 49ers Twitter. People were freaking out, right? Because this was the most memorable play that we've ever seen out of Oliver, because this is all we heard, right? Like, we want to know, like, what are we getting out of this? And what does Wilkes see out of this kid? So essentially, I don't remember. Izzy, we need your memory for this one. Which two plays back to back did Oliver? It was the big hit.
I feel like, yeah, it was the big hit, and then it was the interception.
Then it was the interception. Regardless, regardless, Oliver finally giving us. I think even he has, look, I think there's quite a few of these guys on this team that are still building their confidence. And I think in week 2, a team that generally starts slow, but with the addition of CMC, we have started off better than we have in years. So it's not even unnatural for these guys to make some mistakes and to find their ground. And I think Oliver has finally built the confidence that even he needs to move forward. So really, how can you ask for any more? The Niners have done some amazing things, and even times that we're like, what are you folks doing? What's Ambry doing out here? Where when I wanted to see Samuel Womack, now he's injured, and I don't know how long it's going to be till we see him again.
Sucks.
That sucks for sure. But Oliver deserves a star for sure.
Yeah, and I did want to bring up about CMC too. I had him as one of mine, but since you used him, I'll just throw in there that he did get the FedEx Ground Player of the Week for the second week in a row. So both weeks so far of the season, Christian McCaffrey's won it. So like that guy, like I still like, it's crazy that we even have him on our team. Like, like I still think back, like, man, like it's just like the number one, arguably the number one running back in the league when he's healthy, right? In the past, even on that shitty team that he played for over there. So for the 49ers to trade for somebody like that, and for us to actually have this kid, on our team, well, I guess he's not a kid anymore, this guy on our team, is just still like, damn. Because he's just that damn good, right? Like, God, he's just so good. There was the NFL did also release it was NFL Total Access, and it's their top 10 offensive player rankings, and it says Run CMC moves up to number 1. So I'm not sure what they had him at. They had Tyreek is at number 2 on this list, so they probably had Tyreek at 1 before the season started. But yeah, so even all around the NFL, like that's out of all offensive players, not even running backs, like they're putting him at the top of all offensive players. Like,
it's amazing.
Yeah,
he strung together over 200 yards rushing in 2 weeks. CMC is he has changed the dynamic of this offense in ways that we can say this week in, week out, over and over again on every show. But those are the facts. He has changed the dynamic of this team, and we are more versatile now than ever. And I good for him. Good for him. I saw that he was the FedEx Player of the Week. That is awesome. That's awesome.
The other stars I have are kind of for both games. And one, well, actually 2 in 1 is going to be both safeties, Gibson and Hufanga. To start, Gibson, this is next gen stats, says Tashawn Gibson has not been targeted on any of his 96 coverage snaps this season. He is the only player with at least 50 coverage snaps without a target in the NFL. The chart says lowest target rate. So obviously Gibson's number 1 with 0 target rates %. Quandre Diggs is number 2 with 2.8. Marcus May from the Saints is number 3 with 3.2. And then Hufanga is number 4 with 5.4%. So to have both of our starting safeties on this list is pretty awesome. And to know that teams aren't even targeting Gibson when he's in coverage because they know he's probably going to take the ball out, take the ball away. He's going to get intercepted. Yep. So, we talked about maybe, like our corners have been a little bit shaky, and they're trying to figure it out. But, the safeties are holding it down back there. So shout out to both of them. That's a great duo. Like, I'm so glad that Gibson came back again this year.
You think we have the best safety duo in the league?
Yes.
I don't even know who comes at. I don't even know who's second in the league.
Yeah, because a lot of teams, and the same, like I feel this way with corners too. A lot of teams just have one guy, like that's a star, right, and then they have a guy, and I feel like that's always the way with the outside corners. Very rare do you have like two stars at both corner spots, and then the safety spots as well. Like you have one like star safety, and then a guy. And I think that we have two great, a star and a great guy, a pretty damn special guy right there next to him.
Yeah, because I mean, he loves him. He genuinely loves Huff. Yep. Like Gibson came back because he has found a relationship and built a relationship with Hufanga that, and if that doesn't tell you, anything that you could possibly dream of, this team has built some amazing camaraderie and chemistry that you cannot take away from them. I find it pretty amazing that Gibson could have been poached by any other team in the league, and he decided to stay here in San Francisco because of the relationships that he's built, and one in particular with Hufanga, who is just proven to be, since he stepped foot on this field as a 49er, he has just been a leader and a friend. And I think this is the time. This is the best time for these guys. These guys are hungry, and they've been through so much together. I love it. I love it.
Last call. Get your numbers in for this Fred Warner giveaway. We're going fishing right now. Good luck.
Everybody got their numbers in?
They better.
I think everybody's drawn. We're drawn.
Ready or not? All right. Get this on here. Takes a second. Come on. $96. Just switched it up.
96. Let's see. We got Ice 21 Niner at 81. We have Chrissy at 87. I think Chrissy wins it at 87.
$87. She's the highest.
Congrats, Chrissy.
Congrats.
Congrats,
Chrissy. She said that was her, right? That said Fred Warner is my favorite player.
Yes. It's crazy. I think Chrissy has she built herself up a little pile there over there for you?
Yeah, because I keep telling her to send me her address and she won't. So
57.
Her pile just keeps growing here.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It'll keep growing.
Congrats, Chris.
Congrats.
You won.
All right. Let's go CMC next. The man that we were just talking about himself. CMC.
Have you been able to find many of him in a Niners uniform?
Yeah, I have a bunch now.
Good. I'm still waiting for a Funko. They better not do me dirty, and they better release one in a Niner uniform.
Oh, they will. Get your numbers in. CMC 1 through 100. Good luck. All right. The next person, the couple people on the offensive line I want to talk about and give some love to. The first one being center Jake Brendel. He's logged, and this is for both games, he's logged only one quarterback hit and has a pass blocking efficiency rate of 96.8 out of 100 per PFF. I think he's somebody that a lot of us, even especially last year, we're like, oh shit, like who did they have starting? Like nobody wanted this guy starting a center, right? We were all like, oh my God, here we go. It's going to be trash. It's going to be shit. He couldn't hold down a starting job before, all this shit. And he had it, he was a Pro Bowl alternate, right? Last season.
Mm-hmm.
He had a pretty great season. And now he's even off to a better start this season. This post, and shout out to Brad, who is a huge offensive line guy. He's the one that posted this and said 49ers Jake Brendel could be a starting Pro Bowl center this year if he keeps playing at this rate. And that's all that we could ask of this guy. Like, he's out there doing it, and now for another year in a row. So it's only a 2-game sample size, but hats off to him, because we need him to keep playing like this if we're going to plan on getting us a Super Bowl. So another guy on that offensive line is Aaron Banks. And we know, obviously, he came and surprised us as well. Had a great season last season. So far this is for both game 1 and game 2. Aaron Banks has played 125 snaps at left guard and has 0 penalties, 0 quarterback hits, 0 pressures, and 0 sacks allowed. Has been perfect.
Unreal. I want to know where he ranks. I want to know where he ranks through 2 weeks, because ultimately, let's see. I don't know, Bashar. I wonder, Bash, do you have that? Do you have that stat where Banks is through 2 weeks? Regardless, what are your biggest concerns? Biggest concerns after week 2, going into a short week, going into the home opener versus the Giants. What is your biggest concern?
I'm like pretty good roster wise. Obviously, we've talked about the corners, and if Isaiah Oliver can be consistent, how he played in week 2, great. So I am concerned at that spot, but like I said, we have a solution right there if he can play. My biggest concern is injuries, obviously, on a short week. Another concern I have is the usage of CMC. In week 1, I hated that he was used so much in a blowout game, and it's like we have capable backup running backs, that could be coming in the fourth quarter and getting some of this run. So CMC's not having to, be out there every freaking play, so I'm concerned with how Shanahan's going to use him in this game. It's been a short week. He just had a full workload where not one single running back got another carry. Debo got a couple carries, but no other running back got a carry in week 2. So like used him to the extreme, and then, are you going to come out in this short week and do the same again? Or are you going to actually let our other running backs get some run? So that's a concern I have. Obviously the right side of that offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were able to scheme it up, and they did better this week 2, but week 1 was ugly. Very ugly. And yeah, you're going against TJ Watt. We're not going to be going against TJ Watt every week, but most teams have a guy on the defensive line.
Yeah.
And if it's a guy that they can move around, they're going to move him to that side, so obviously they're not going to have him at Banks and Trent, side. So, I mean, that would be, and that's just nitpicking. Like I said, they did better this game. And I think as long as we can scheme them up and Purdy's able to get rid of the ball fast enough, able to maneuver, around in the pocket, we'll be okay. But, if I'm nitpicking and have to find concerns, that would be one. What about you?
I think it's like everything you mentioned is obviously they're all concerns. But I think the biggest concern I have more than anything, what's up, Brian?
Hey, Ryan.
I think my biggest concern is Daniel Jones' mobility. He's a big dude, but he can move. And we still struggle with mobile quarterbacks. And I think that we always will. We're not built. We're never going to be built to chase down a quarterback. We're just, we keep everything in front of us, which is why I think Nacua was so successful last week, because the secondary was playing off a little bit, just keeping everything in front, which I think it's smart. It's fine. I don't want to get beat over the top. I never want to. I don't want to be in press coverage. I want them to be back a bit. But with Daniel Jones, this pass rush has got to get home, Miriah. We've got to get pressure. And the problem is we always cave the outside and we end up chasing the quarterback right up the gut. And they usually eat us up. Mm-hmm. So but I mean, the defensive line was always built to contain and cave those edges. But if you're mobile, you're just going to take off right up the gut. And we almost make it so that you do that. Problem is, Fred goes into coverage and Dre Greenlaw goes into the flat there, and we don't have anybody really containing or spying the quarterback. We've never really spied the quarterback. This defense was just never really built to chase down quarterbacks. So I think my biggest concern is Daniel Jones getting open in space, because he's not going to pick us apart like Stafford can. Stafford was doing things that was making me very nervous. He was dropping back with a lot of time. He actually dropped back quite deep, and he was making throws that I don't think Daniel Jones is going to make. So I think Daniel Jones is honestly going to try to beat us with his legs. And that's my biggest fear. I think that's my biggest fear going into the home opener.
I mean, Saquon's out, so they don't have a running back. The running back's Matt Breida. So if we think Matt Breida is going to run all over us, so I mean, Daniel Jones is going to have to pull shit out of his hat to, he's going to have to do something. Their biggest weapons hurt, and their left tackle's out.
Yes. But do you know what's more concerning even yet, that we didn't see through the Dallas game, and we might have seen during the second half of the Arizona game, was Daboll taking over play calls. I saw that being discussed over Twitter, that Brian Daboll, I was in some spaces and some fans were like, let's not act like we don't have eyes. This is almost verbatim from a fan. It was like, let's not act like we don't have eyes. We saw Daboll take over play calls. And I think that's really what kind of concerns me during this short week is that if Dayball is taking over play calls, he's mad creative. He's a great coach. I love Dayball. And offensively, if he's scheming against San Francisco, then it's going to be a little bit, I think it's a little more concerning for me, because I think Dayball is a quarterback whisperer in a sense. And I think that he could probably get, if Dayball is taking over play calls because he does not trust his OC, then that makes me concerned. It does. It doesn't change the players though. You know what I'm saying? But if their OC was a very vanilla game plan, or the scheme was just very vanilla, Dayball did something to bring, either Dayball came back or Arizona's like, hey, we're in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. We can't win football games. we got to lose this game, folks. Like, we can't win this game. We're winning. We have to not win. And I was listening to that on the Haberman Middlecoff. They're like, listen, we don't want to win. We need to lose. So I don't know. I think Dayball took over, and I think if he is making the plays, if he's calling plays tomorrow, I think we should be concerned.
Get your numbers in if you haven't for the CMC giveaway. We're about to go fishing and draw the winner. Shout out to you, VZ408 says, love the show. You guys are on my top 10 content creators for sure. Thanks, Miriah and John V. We appreciate
Much
that.
love,
that
brother.
Means a lot.
Much love. Much love. I appreciate it. I appreciate the compliment. I went to Pittsburgh, and when I met up with Jesse and Roscoe and Polo and Davo, we had a great time. I kept getting Shanahan. Fans were like, you look like Shanahan. And it was so weird. It was the first time it ever happened. And it made me super uncomfortable. And like, people were taking photos with
Somebody
me.
posted it too on Twitter. I forget, one of those guys
crazy.
Posted your picture and was like, look, we ran into Coach Shanahan.
It was like, crazy. Oh, it was a good time though. It was a lot of fun, but I appreciate that, VZ. It's great. It's great.
All right. Let's go fishing.
I can't give you a prediction. I can't do predictions.
Talk a little bit more.
I can't do predictions.
Dang, 4-3. That's crazy. All right. Let me get this thing off of here.
Let me find my numbers.
All right. Let's go. Last call. Got your numbers in. We're fishing.
Ooh, 83.
80.
Oh, let's see.
High numbers.
11.
High numbers. That might mean for the. Remember, we're closing the show. For those that weren't here before, we're closing the show with this numbered Drake Jackson. It's in a glare right now. So that's what we'll be closing up with. So maybe that'll be a low number.
What am I missing? Is it 77? Was it Alberto at 11:45? Oh no, Don Dotson at 92. I'm seeing him now.
What was it? 83.
Gee, Bash, was I dirty before?
So Alberto's closer.
Alberto at 77.
Right? 83 it was? Yeah.
Yeah. The only two numbers I saw were Don and Alberto. Alberto, congrats, bro.
Alberto cleaning house today.
Good for you, bro. I have a stash I'm embarrassed to share my stash of victories on this channel. Sam, I am the Hall of Fame. Tia isn't far behind, but I just need to stop. I need to stop because my pile is it literally, guys, I kid you not. I mean, here, this is just a little bit of it. But I have upstairs. Oh my God, I put some in like some really nice, I want to get them graded, Miriah, and then maybe we can sell one. Like we watched the Purdy card go over 10K. What did that sell for? What did it go for?
Something crazy over that. They're still going. They're going for even more now.
Fam, Miriah and I in the off season were just tracking a eBay, a Brock Purdy Prism card. It was sweet. It was a great card. Miriah kept sending me the updates, and it just went from like 2K to 5K to 8K, 9K. Then it was over 10K.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. That's a sweet card. That's real sweet.
All right, we're gonna do this Debo one, and then we'll close up with the Drake Jackson. So 2 more giveaways, and then we'll be out of here. Let's get your numbers in, 1 through 100. You know the deal. Good luck, everybody. All right, so yeah, we talked about, the Giants have a couple injuries, obviously, to, a couple key guys, running back Saquon Barkley, left tackle Andrew Thomas. The 49ers as well have a couple injuries. We know that Ayuk got hurt this last game in his shoulder. He was able to come in and out through the game sparingly, but he is questionable. Ambry Thomas with a knee, they have already announced that he is good to go. He was questionable as well, but, he is officially good to go. Let me ask you this with Brandon Ayuk. Should they let him play? Or should they rest in this game?
Man, I honestly, like, I want to see JJ involved a lot more in the passing game because he was awesome last game. And I really believe that you should probably let BA take a break. But I don't know, man. When Brock barely got that pass off, when Aaron Donald almost took him out, and he got that pass off to BA in the first quarter, and BA just laid there grabbing up here like it was a collar. Like that freaked me out.
Yeah.
And like I was nervous for BA that entire game, and I kept watching him force himself out there, and I'm like wondering, like, are you guys Kyle, somebody save this dude from himself, please? Like, what is happening right now? Why are you doing this?
I was so worried that he ended up injuring himself even more. Like, oh my God.
And they kept saying that they were working on his neck and stuff. And I'm like, this doesn't look like a neck injury. This totally looks like a clavicle. And like, once they cleared him of that,
as a shoulder. So
yeah, I really would be good with them just resting him. But we know how they are with their stud players. Like they want you out there. And like I'm telling you, Jennings should be targeted this week because he's awesome. Juwan had an awesome game.
Yeah.
And no matter what,
catch.
Some sweet, like he just utilize him more. We drafted him to be a red zone presence. We wanted that bigger body. And if you want my honest opinion, outside of BA, who do you think contends at the high point of the ball? It's JJ, man. Juwan Jennings is competing at the highest point right now. He is your big body receiver, and he's a dog, and he's rough, and he's aggressive. And I love him for it. Like, just let BA sit this one out. Use McCaffrey a little bit in the passing game, and use Elijah for the majority of third downs. Fuck it, just run him, run him. But let's involve
we know
JJ
Elijah Mitchell can run.
And And get
And
Ronnie
like
Bell
Chris
in there.
says, what's up, Chris? Says, rest him this game and let Juwan and Debo, maybe even Bell get some time. Yeah, I'd love to see Bell get some burn.
100%.
Like we saw what he could do in the preseason, like give him a couple throws his fucking way through the damn games, like he did nothing to show us that he can't handle it. If it doesn't go the right way, okay, then okay. But it's like Kyle doesn't ever want to use these young guys. It's like, oh my God, he's so stubborn with some shit, I swear. What's up, B? I see you. BZ had said BA's a dog. I feel he wants to play. I would, if it were up to him, and then he asks, whose decision does it fall on? It's actually up to the training staff. So, like the training guys will, check him over, see how his pain is prior to the game. If they think that he can play without, further injuring it, without causing more injury to that specific thing, whatever's wrong. They, like I said, they just have it listed as a shoulder, but they did say over and over that they were working on his neck. So who knows? But yeah, if he's able to go through the pain tolerance, then they'll release him to play. And as long as they release him, then he plays.
Nerve. I mean, the imaging came back clear, so he doesn't have any fractures or anything. So it's not collarbone related. But at the same respect, like on a short week, like I really would prefer you just let the dude get through all of his recovery and utilize get Ray involved. If you're worried about Ronnie Bell, if you don't trust Ronnie Bell yet, get Ray involved. Get JJ involved.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we have guys.
We have
you have plenty of guys. Brandon says going to the game tomorrow. Have fun. Doing a live show tomorrow from the stadium with Beto. So make sure that you guys are subscribed to my guy B. And he'll be giving you guys content straight from the game tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. I did forget as well. I wanted to give a birthday shout out to another guy that's going to the game. That is one of our brothers, 49er Faithful from UK, the president of the 49er Faithful UK, Lee. It's going to be his 50th birthday, and he's coming from the UK to go to the game tomorrow. So, that's an awesome trip for him. Like, I'm so glad, I know it means so much to those guys when they get to come to the States and, experience something like that. So, shout out to them. Shout out to all of our UK family. They're great guys, ladies over there. And happy birthday. Happy 50th. Hope you have a great one and safe trip as well.
Happy birthday, Lee. Enjoy your trip. Safe travels. The UK faithful are, what an amazing chapter they have over there. I don't even know if it is considered a chapter. I guess it's a chapter, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're just kick ass, man. And Paul is a great dude and friend of the chat. Wish them all the best.
Brandon said his dad's birthday is tomorrow, so he's taking him to the game. That's awesome. Happy birthday to your dad. And the chat is all saying happy birthday to you as well, Lee. Get a win for Lee. I'll message you, Chrissy, after the show. Very cool, man. Hope you have a blast with the faithful. Yep. Should be awesome time. All right, so let's draw. If everybody has your numbers in for the Debo giveaway, let's draw the winner for this bad boy. Then we'll do the Drake Jackson giveaway and get out of here. We appreciate you guys all hanging out with us. I know it's a later show than usual than we're used to. But my guy John V has to work for a living, so.
Yeah, that's on me, family. I'm sorry, guys. But I do love it. I do love it.
I like having a change doing, a late show for once. TL was busy, so I wanted to be able to get a show done before the game tomorrow. So John V was here to save the night. So I appreciate it more than you know.
I'm a night owl, so I really don't mind as long as the chat doesn't mind. I don't have any problem doing being a substitute late night. I always help out Bash whenever he's in a bind or if he needs somebody. Yeah, I'm a night owl. I love it. go, faithful. Good luck. Melissa, I'm taking
Good
Bosa.
luck.
Ooh.
4. Got that low number in.
Tell me Alberto did this again. Did he get the triple? Alberto, did you win? Did you sweep the chat tonight, bro? It is Alberto with 7.
Yeah.
Trifecta.
Wow. You guys are letting Mr. Soto come in here and kick your asses.
What do they call that in hockey? Miriah,
Congrats,
you're the hockey fan.
Alberto.
What are 3 goals? What do they call that? Is that a hat trick?
Yeah, hat trick. Yep.
What's up, Laura? Good to see you, fam. Congrats, Alberto,
with the hat
with
trick.
the triple. That's it. Hat
3rd
trick
win
bash.
of the
I see
day.
you.
Hey, Laura. Appreciate you coming through. All right. So that leaves it up for a final giveaway of the show. Our guy, Drake Jackson.
Great win. Great win. What a great card. Look at that. Man, Drake Jackson, guys.
Get your numbers in 1 through 100. Good luck, everybody.
Over or under, Drake Jackson gets 2 swatted balls. Pause.
This game or this season?
This game.
Ooh.
That's a hot take.
Let's
Anybody
go.
care?
I'll go under. I'll say 1.
He'll get 1.
But I'm still holding out hope that he's going to get an interception soon. So
I'm gonna take. I think that he'll get 2 swatted passes this game at Levi's.
that would be nice.
Melissa, 4 swats, 5 sacks this game. If he does that, I don't know what you win, but you win something. We'll figure it out.
Drake
He swats
sacks
4 passes. Yeah, that's sweet.
All right, so I know you do not do predictions, but I will do mine. Let's see who came the closest last week out of all of us content creators that are on here. The score was 30-23. I was way off, so, because I said 31-3. I was the closest on our side of the score. All the other content creators that all selected that the Rams were going to get 13 or 14. So I guess we were all pretty off. This week, I'm going to say I'm going with the 49ers 31. Again, we're riding with 31. Let's go 10. 31-10, 49ers, I'm going with. You guys want to let me know your predictions? Snap says 38-13 Niners, yo. I like it.
Okay.
Melissa wants to see the damn Funko.
I did. I showed her.
Okay.
While you were doing your. I did. I showed her.
Okay.
I can't do score predictions because the last few times I did it, it just, we won't talk about it. But I'd love to see everybody else's. Alberto says 37-3 Niners. Bash 38-17 Niners. What else? Do we have any others? Snapman 38-13.
Get those numbers in.
I just want to get out of a Thursday night game as healthy as humanly possible.
Yes.
I don't care if Jake Moody kicks 12 points. I just want to get out of Levi's as healthy as possible.
These Thursday games scare me because the short week, I wish they would do away with Thursday games. Like this week, how they had 2 Monday night games. I'd rather them do that every week instead of the Thursday night.
Yes.
Like selfish me, I want football, as many nights as I can get it and would love, to keep it. But, for the athlete's sake and the injuries and just, when players are injured, it just makes football bad, so we should all want them to be as healthy as possible. And I just think, for them to have to turn around and play, another game after 4 days, like it's crazy. There's no way humanly possible for their bodies to even rest, and start to heal or anything in that short time period.
No, not especially when they feel like their bodies were hit by trucks, on game day. George always used that description, and it always put it into perspective for me, like how much their bodies go through. So yeah, by Thursday, I mean, you are still sore, But that being said, I mean, we do have a lot of playmakers on this team, and I think we should start using them. When Kyle said he didn't realize that McCaffrey had played the entire game, how the hell do you not know, Kyle?
Yeah,
what do you mean? I don't understand that either. I think that's just one of those. I think that's one of those bullshit things he does at the podium where we're all deaf and dumb and we don't listen.
Yeah. Just to get himself out of the question.
Yeah.
VZ says, does Bosa get his first sack this game? I think yes. And Bosa even said like he felt, and we seen, he didn't get the, numbers like in the sack category in this Rams game, but he looked a lot better, more back to Bosa than he did the first game, right? And Bosa even said that, he felt like, he needed those 2 games to get back into football shape. And, he was expecting more from himself this game as well. So I'm really hoping that we do see Bosa get his first sack of the season.
I think he'll get it too, guys. I think he will. Just because he didn't get a sack last game, he still impacted the game, and that's all that matters most, right? And I think we were expecting this as fans. At least the majority of us were expecting. Like we knew he wasn't going to come in fat, but we knew he would come in, in shape. But I guess there's really no way, even he said there's really no way to how did he say it? There's really no way to practice the pass rush, right? You really can't imitate that. So with that being said, I think he gets his first sack this game, VZ. I think that's a great call. I think so. Oh yeah, that Nick Chubb injury, guys. I'll pass that along, Melissa, for sure. I honestly
was brutal watching it, man. Oh,
it took the wind out of these sails here in this household. My wife's a diehard Browns fan, and as soon as Nick went down, she was broken. I mean, broken, crushed, just crushed. And when you see that as a fan from another team, Miriah, like first of all, I love Nick Chubb, just a great dude, great player. But it scares the shit out of me. It really, really scares me to death. It does. And I don't think it was a malicious play. I don't think it was malicious. I know there's some Browns fans that think it was malicious because they need somebody to blame, and I really don't blame them because we know how that feels to blame and point the blame. But I'll tell you what, fam, to know that he didn't break any bones, and he didn't tear his ACL, he tore everything else but that. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Oh my God. But I think a lot of Browns fans were just really worried about whether or not this was his final game as a Brown, right? Like, was that injury so severe?
Football fan.
Yeah.
Like, man. And it was the same knee that he had all those injuries in before, those years in college when he tore everything. And then too, the same exact knee. And it's just like, to see his bend, like his knee bent sideways, like your leg's not supposed to bend that fucking direction, like completely the opposite friggin' direction of the way it's supposed to be. It's like, oh my God, like terrible when you see
Really
things like
is.
that. Cause you just know, like, like, oh, we have to get tests done and this and that. But just from looking at it, like, it's not good. Like whatever the fucking results are going to be, it's not good.
It's true.
Unfortunately.
It really is. I'm praying for the dude. I want nothing but the best for him. Nick Chubb, want you to come back, brother.
Make sure you get your numbers in for the Drake Jackson giveaway.
That's a great card. What is that? 131 out of 249.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a great
Rookie
card,
card.
fam.
Get in there. Last call. John V, you want to tell the good people, if they're not already following you, subscribe to you, where they can find you, what you got, all that fun stuff.
Oh, fam, I am one of 3 hosts of the Locker Room Rant. You can catch me on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube with my best friend Nick and my best friend Tony. Tony's a Bills fan, Nick's a Browns fan. We chop up the whole league, and both are very fluent in 49ers content. So we do have a great deal of 49ers content. But we talk basketball. We cover the whole league. We cover the league. We cover the NBA and the NFL. So we have a great time doing it. The show has been on a hiatus because of schedules and life and family and newborn babies. Just like Miriah said, fam, this is not paying the bills. So we do not, we don't make money from it, but we would love your support over at the Locker Room Rant.
Yep. I appreciate you sharing the link. And for those that are watching on replay, the link is in the description of this video. So make sure you click on it. Go give the guys a subscribe over there. Great guys. I have a lot of love for all 3 of them, even though, they're pains in my asses, all 3 of them. And also the link to John V's Twitter, X, whatever it's called, is also in there as well. So make sure you click on that and go give the guy a follow as well. Let's give this Drake Jackson card away and get out of here.
Good luck, family.
Oh, the shirt is Frank Gore for his
that's dope.
boxing debut, even though he lost. So yeah.
Watching Frank box was tough. It was like I was like, Frank, no, don't do that.
I know.
No. To know that he's back here in the front office is great. Throwback.
I love
it. Really is great.
Yeah. That's my all-time favorite 49ers, Frank Gore. That's who got me stuck to loving the 49ers. Opened up this whole new fanhood of me with the 49ers. Was Frank Gore.
What's up, Ryan? Good to see you, fam.
What's up, Ryan? Last call. You're here just in time to get your number in. You have to scroll up to make sure. Or probably Melissa
Ryan,
can
get your
tell you
number.
if it's a duplicate.
She's great at it.
Mm-hmm. So get your damn number in, boy. We're going fishing.
Yeah, VZ, he does. He took a position in the front office. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet to have him back in the office. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Good luck. I was waiting for Ryan, but
Ryan, you putting a number in or what, bro?
Yeah, I think Frank Gore. I know my internet gets crappy, so Frank Gore, his position has to do something with recruiting. with college recruiting. So
All right.
62.
All right. Where did this one start? At 12:11 with
Alberta
Laura.
wins. Let me see.
Snap man, I think you got it. 55. I think 55
It
wins.
started with Dawn at
Started with Dawn.
11 after.
Okay.
What was the damn number? 62?
62.
Snap has 55.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't see anything after that.
Let me make sure. I think it's you, Snapple.
Snap. You got it, bro. Congrats. That's you, my man.
And he was trying to give it away to Alberto.
He was, dude. He really was. Snap. Congrats.
That's you. Drake Jackson going home to Snapple Facts. Congrats, brother. Appreciate you hanging out with us for almost the whole show or the whole show. I know you've been here a while. He said, I'll try to stop by, and he's been here the whole time.
Alberto, you want to trade all three for that one at Snap? Alberto is like, I'll consolidate my victories for that one card.
Well, it's up to you guys. Let me know. I'll switch them around, but if not, Drake Jackson going home with Snap. We appreciate you. Chat, we appreciate you all for hanging out with us on this Wednesday night before game day tomorrow. For as much as I just bitched about hating Thursday football, I'm happy that we play tomorrow. I do have a game tomorrow. I mean, a game. I don't have a game tomorrow. I have a show tomorrow to talk about the game tomorrow. Tomorrow at 3 Pacific time, I will be on with the homie, the legend, Steph Sanchez, for the Two Goat show. So we did not have a Giants content creator to come on with us this week. So it's just going to be the two of us. We'll do a quick show at 3, get in a show before the game starts. And yeah. So you have any closing thoughts? Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
I really just want to see. I have 3 points. 1, health. I want to get out of there healthy. 2, I want to see Juwan Jennings get involved in the passing game more. And 3, I want to see that right side shirt up and just, prove us wrong. Otherwise, we need to spend some money. The trade deadline.
Yeah.
But that's it, really. Those are my if I had three wishes for tomorrow. I want the health, I want Juwan Jennings involved, and I want that right side of the line shirt up for sure.
Yep, I'm with you. You're welcome, Alberto. Everybody that won, you're welcome. Enjoy. Much love. Snap says, Alberto, you can have that one as well, unless someone's favorite player is Drake. Snap's the man.
Snap, you are wow. Snap, you can have that one too, he said, Alberto. Unless someone else's favorite player. That is excellent. That's great.
10 people will come forward and say that their favorite player is Drake, so we'll just give it to Alberto and stop that madness from happening.
Alberto,
congrats, Alberto.
Tonight.
Shout out to you, Snap. Snap won a Twitter. For those that don't know or don't have Twitter, I do giveaways on Twitter as well. Snap won a Twitter giveaway and made me redraw it and find a new winner for that as well. So he's always doing awesome things.
That's great.
That's why you're the man.
Laura says that she enjoyed your show last week with the Rams content creator.
Appreciate it. We will have her on again for the final show. I mean, for the final game when we play the Rams, she'll be coming on the show again. So yeah, she was great. But yeah, chat, much love. We appreciate you. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. And yeah, John B, thank you again so much
Always
for filling in for TL. Much love to TL. Wish him the best out there. He's working hard, bringing in the money for his family. So, you know.
Mm-hmm. We love you, bro.
Yep. And chat, much love. Everybody stay safe. Have a great week. Everybody that's traveling to the game tomorrow, please be safe. Safe travels. Get home, back home safe. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. We're out of here. Much love, fam.